Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Grade 10 English Lessons. Today will be episode 4 of Unit 11. In this episode, we're going to learn the following. We'll learn how to tackle reading comprehension questions. I'll give you some tips to help you with those. And we're also going to teach you how to summarize and paraphrase a text in the best way possible to get the best grade possible. So let's go ahead and start with the reading comprehension tips. First of all, go through the questions first and then read the passage. This will help you understand some ideas inside the text and help you find your answers later on when you go back to the questions. Do not get stuck on particular words. If you do, I recommend that you read a sentence, understand the context. That will help you understand or guess the meaning of a word. Opening and closing paragraphs require extra focus. So pay attention to these two things. Write your answers in full sentences. And reading the first sentence of a paragraph will give you the main idea of that paragraph. This is a very good trick to use in the reading comprehension to help you find your answers quickly. During your reading, I recommend that you read the text and underline or circle the keywords or possible answers. Again, this will help you finding your answers a lot faster. So let's go with the types of questions for reading comprehension. The first thing you'll tackle is the multiple choice questions, and they come as follow. We have number 1, the best title or the main idea. So the question will ask you, what do you think the best title for the text is? Or what do you think is the main idea behind the text? The second question will be about the vocabulary. It could be about synonyms. For example, we'll give you a word and we want you to give us the closest meaning to this word. Or it could be antonyms. We'll give you a word and ask you to give us the opposite meaning of that word. The last one is definitions. So, a word and we want you to give us the exact meaning of that word. Question number 3 is word reference. For example, you'll have something like he, she, it, or they, and what we want you is to tell us which word does this refer to. Number 4, locating explicit information. Number 5, negative factual information. For example, we'll give you 4 statements. 3 of them are negative or false, and only 1 of them is true that you have to choose. Or it could be the opposite. 4 statements, 3 of them are true, and only 1 of them is negative or false. So you have to choose that one. The last one is the purpose of the writer. Why did the writer write the text? Or what is the moral lesson behind the text? We're done with the multiple choice. Let's look at the productive questions. Usually they come in 2 forms. One of them is explicit question. That means that you'll find the answer mentioned inside the text. For the implicit question, it means that your answer is understandable. You can understand it, but you will not find it written inside the text. So, we took the tips, we understood some tricks to help us. Let's read the questions first before we go to the text. Question number 1, what is the best title of the passage? So, focus on the main ideas in order to figure out what the best title is. Number 2, which best defines the words carbon footprint as used in paragraph 3? Question number 3, what is the opposite of the underlined word limit in paragraph 1? And according to paragraph 4, how long does it take for most locally grown and purchased food to be sold once it leaves a farm? This question gives us some idea of what the text will be about. Could be about local food or farms and so on. Number 5, why do some people become locavores? We looked at the questions. Now let's go ahead and read the paragraphs or the text together. Would you give up some of your foods or your favorite foods if doing so helped the environment and the local economy? More and more people nowadays are willing to make small sacrifices to do just that in their own communities. They try to limit their food supply to products that are grown within a specific distance from where they live. They call themselves locavore or localvores. You might notice that the word locavore sounds quite a bit like herbivore or carnivore. Just as carnivores eat meat and herbivores eat plants, locavores only eat food that is grown locally. There are many reasons why people become locavores. Some people want to support their local farmers and products. Others want to reduce the size of their carbon footprint and make a positive impact on the environment. Some people eat local food for health reasons, or simply because they believe that food is fresher and tastes better. Many locavores find that their diet helps them learn new things about the food they eat and the community where they live. Produce on the shelves of most supermarkets in the United States travels an average of 1,300 to 2,000 miles from the farm to the store. This travel distance is also called food miles. Locavores try to cut down the food miles their produce uses by buying food that has traveled less than 100 miles. Most food that is produced and purchased locally is usually sold within 24 hours of leaving the farm where it is grown or made. Becoming a locavore might seem like a challenge. However, depending on where you live, there may be many options for buying local food. Locavores enjoy researching area in which they live to find the best stores or farmers markets to buy locally grown produce. And a few communities have restaurants that serve dishes made only from local food. The next time you buy food, look closely. Where did all that food come from? You might be surprised, and you might even consider becoming a locavore. We finished reading the text. Now let's go back to the questions. From A, B, C, and D, choose the correct answer. This is multiple choice. What is the best title of the passage? Is it Becoming a Herbivore? B, Local Restaurants? C, Eating Locally? Or D, Favorite Foods? From what we read, we understand that the answer is Eating Locally. This is one of the questions which is the best title. Number 2, which best defines the words carbon footprint as used in paragraph 3? Does it mean the exact copy of one person or thing? Or the shape that a body or an object makes? Could it mean the impression left by a foot or shoe on the ground? Or the amount of carbon energy that a person uses? Let's go ahead and find paragraph 3 in the text. By the way, this is an unfamiliar vocabulary, and we want to find the definition of the word. So, we can find paragraph 3 here, and we can see carbon footprint. Let's read the sentence together. Others want to reduce the size of their carbon footprint and make a positive impact on the environment. Let's look closely at the word environment. It looks like a key word, right? So if you connect that to carbon footprint, you can kind of understand the meaning of carbon footprint. What do you think it means? I'll give you a few seconds to find that out. It means the amount of carbon energy that a person uses. Well done, good job. Let's move on to question 3. What is the opposite of the underlined word limit in paragraph 1? This is an unfamiliar vocabulary, and it's an antonym, the opposite meaning. So does the opposite meaning of limits is increase? Is it include, grow, or allow? Let's look together at paragraph 1 to understand what the word limit means first to find the answer. We can find it right there. The sentence says they try to limit their food supply to products that are grown within a specific distance from where they live. So in a way, we understand that here limits, it means kind of decrease, right? Another word which has the same meaning. Now, what's the opposite of decrease? It's increase. Well done, you figured out the answer. Number 4. According to paragraph 4, how long does it take for most locally grown and purchased food to be sold once it leaves a farm? More than a day? Does it take less than a day? less than a week, or more than a week. Let's look at paragraph 4. This is factual info or detail. In paragraph 4, it says that most food that is produced and purchased locally is usually sold within 24 hours of leaving the farm where it is grown or made. We have within 24 hours. It means we usually have 24 hours in a day, right? So this is the answer. However, the answer in the multiple choice in a way is implicit. So if it's within 24 hours, it means less than a day. Well done. Here we come to the productive questions. Why do some people become locavores? From what we read, we understood some reasons why people become locavores or localvores. Some people become locavores to support their local farmers and products. Others want to reduce the size of their carbon footprint and make a positive impact on the environment. If this was your answer, well done. If not, try again next time. We're done with the reading comprehension. Now let's move on to the summary making tips. First of all, summaries are not a place for your opinions. We don't want you to write anything like I think or I believe. Summaries are not a place for background knowledge. Do not tell us what you know. Stick to the text. And last but not least, it's not a place for your personal information. Now, how do we summarize a text? First, we have to make sure that we read the text in order to understand the main ideas. Don't let big words scare you. And 3, ask, what is this text about? What are the ideas that are tackled inside the text? Your answer should be in complete sentences. It should cover the main point and key ideas. It should be in your own words, so we recommend that you paraphrase. It shouldn't be written in points. Make sure of that. It should be written in paragraph format. And it shouldn't be off topic. Make sure your answer is related to the text and to the question. Here we have a reading or a summary. Let's look at it together. In 4 sentences only, summarize and paraphrase the passage in an answer to the following question. What are the benefits of planting trees? So from the question, we understand there are benefits that we need to look for, and the benefits of planting trees. Before we go ahead to the text, let's look at the rubric very quickly. In the rubric, you'll find many things that you have to keep in mind. First of all, it's the content and relevance of ideas, making sure that your ideas and your answers are related to the text. Number 2 is paraphrasing. You write in your own words. Make sure that your spelling and grammar are perfect, so you don't lose marks over those. And make sure the format is in paragraph format, not in points. Copying the whole paragraph receives 0, so please don't do that. We only want 4 simple sentences. Exceeding the required number of sentences. What does that mean? I'll explain it. If you write 5 sentences, then you lose 5 marks. If you write 5 to 6 sentences, then you lose 10 marks. Again, we only want 4. Let's go ahead and read the text together. Trees grow mostly in spring and summer, where there is a lot of sunshine every day. We plant trees primarily for their beauty and to provide shade, but they do create many other benefits. If we look at the second sentence, I think we found an answer here, right? It's a benefit. So let's underline it. Trees can soothe and relax us and help us connect to nature and our surroundings. This also looks like a benefit, so let's make sure we underline that one as well. The color green is a calming, cool color that helps our eyes quickly recover from strain. Again, this is also an advantage, so let's underline that one as well. By planting and caring for trees, we help improve our surrounding and reduce pollution. So far, we found 4 answers. Let's continue. Trees absorb harmful gases from the air and release oxygen. We found 5 answers. Pay attention, we only want 4. People cut down trees to make furniture, equipment, and paper, but overcutting of trees makes our environment dirty and deserted. Without trees, we could potentially suffer because of lack of oxygen, and there would be no life. So we found the answers. Let's look at how to paraphrase them. Here are some tips. Make sure you understand the passage first. Break up and join ideas. Elaborate on or shorten some ideas if they are very long. Maintain the idea of the original passage as truly as possible. And to use your own words, you are advised to do the following. Change the vocabulary from one word to another, but has the same meaning. 2, transform a sentence. For example, from an active voice into a passive voice. Number 3, change the word class, like verb to noun, noun to adjective, or adjective to adverb. We found the answers. Now let's try to paraphrase them together. We have answer number 1. We plant trees primarily for their beauty and to provide shade. We have the word plants and provide shade. I think we can change the vocabulary a little bit. So let's do that together. If you notice, we have the word plant. We only changed it to grow. It has the same meaning, but a different word. Again, this is another vocabulary change. Sentence number 2, or answer number 2, trees can soothe and relax us and help us connect to nature and our surroundings. We have the word soothe and connect to. Let's paraphrase these two. Trees calm, a different word for soothe but has the same meaning, and relax people. In addition, this is a connector. Try to use those in your paraphrase to help you get the best grade possible. They help people to meditate about nature. So instead of using connect to nature, we used meditate about nature. A different sentence, but the same meaning. Answer 3, the color green is calming, cool color that helps our eyes quickly recover from strain. We have the word calming, cool, and recover from strain. Let's change them. Green color helps us feel relaxed, a different word for calming, but the same meaning, and eases tension and stress. See what we did? We also did another vocabulary change. For the last answer, by planting and caring for trees, we help improve our surrounding and reduce pollution. Let's paraphrase that as well. We have improve our surrounding and reduce pollution. Let's change them to something different. Trees purify air and purify our surroundings. See what we did? Very simple changes in the sentence, but it has the same meaning. This is how your summary should look like in paragraph format, as well as paraphrased, and we made sure to use a connector in the middle. So in this episode, we extracted relevant information after reading a passage. We tackled multiple choice questions and productive questions, and we paraphrase and summarize a paragraph. Thank you for watching.